cutest cast on the planet. It's the Dumbo Guys! How mischievous are you guys on set?
Very. Quite a few pranks on set.
What was the top prank?
Oh, stealing people's ID cards.
I forgot we would go around and like snatch people's like you had
We would
these
just be
cards
like,
to
"Oh,
get
hey,
into
how are you?"
buildings and we'd steal them.
Nico did it at first, and then she taught me, and we were like ninjas. We could just take it, no one noticed.
We'd like
We
run
were
away and
ninjas.
hide.
Stealth ninjas.
All the time.
Nico and Finley, thank you for talking to me. I'm from Fun Kids Radio. Probably loved the film, it was amazing. What's it like to play characters that weren't in the original?
I mean, they kind of were, because although it was humans, they took quite a bit of the personality traits from the original. Like Joe, who is like originally. Is he like a?
Joe and Millie are kind of like split off as the mouse.
Yeah.
I see,
In that
okay.
sense, and I think we knew that going into it, but it was quite helpful that there weren't any original characters that were Joe and Millie
Because then we could like.
there was nothing
base
to
it
live up
around
to
us.
as well,
Sure,
which
of
is because
course.
obviously there's a lot of pressure being a Disney film, blah, blah, like it's a big deal, but I think it was nice that we could kind of create these characters on our own.
And had you watched the original like loads of times, or were you like, I don't want to watch it, I don't want it in my head?
I mean, Nico had definitely watched it a lot more than me. Nico grew up with the film. I've watched it once or twice. I was very young when I watched it, so I can't remember exactly the whole thing, but I just remember loving it the whole way through.
Watch it again.
I should watch it again. You're right. I have to do that. But, no.
What's it like being part of the Disney world now? Because you're part of that live action series. It's amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to be part of like the Disney gang? Do you get special perks? Do you get to get to Disneyland for free?
I went to Disneyland for free when we were in LA. No, yeah, Disney paid for my Disneyland.
That's wicked.
Yeah, that was awesome. No, being part of Disney is definitely huge because there are so many awesome people in Disney.
The Disney gang.
Yeah, Disney gang.
People in the Disney gang.
And so who was the naughtiest person on set? Was there somebody who like played pranks on everybody?
Us.
Both of us, yeah.
What did you do? Tell me.
So one of them was stealing people's ID cards from their necklace.
It's like what are they called? Like a lanyard.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
it'd have a key card and it helps you get
So
into all the
Nico did it at
doors.
first, on the costume designer Claire.
Yeah.
And then I was like, whoa. And then she taught me how to do it. And then I'd say after about 2 days, it was just like.
It's all we did. Like we'd go
It's like
round and you just like
We were
pretend to have a
ninjas.
conversation,
We were ninjas.
steal, run.
Ninjas. And then they couldn't put them back in.
Did people see you coming and they were like, no, get those guys away from me, they're going to steal
No,
everything?
we just walked past because like they weren't expecting it. And we were just like, hey, and just took it, but they didn't even notice.
We were really good at it. It became a skill.
This is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I might learn something from you later on. Excellent. In the film, you also kind of fly on Dumbo. What was that like to film? Because that's quite exciting, right?
Yeah, we were on it was like a mechanical like Bronco
Yeah, that would shake us
thing.
around.
And it was in like this room like filled with green, just all this green screen, and we were like raised up and like saddled on. And it would like
when we fell off. Do you remember when we fell off at the near the boat?
Oh yeah, and then we had to
fell
jump off. Yeah. But it was
man.
it was like a whole thing. But when we were on the mechanical thing, it was just like it would like shake us round in a really weird way. So we'd be like to try and get like I don't know why, but we just like the whole time.
Did you get to rehearse that bit as well? I assume you must have had a few goes on it.
Oh, a few goes, but that wasn't a rehearsal. They were just like get on the
Straight away.
mechanical
Just get on it.
Dumbo.
Now, finally, in the film, obviously Dumbo has massive ears. If you had really, really big ears, would you prefer to fly or be able to hear anything?
Fly.
Fly?
Yeah, imagine
Don't
that.
fancy, like,
That'd be
gossip,
so
like, hearing some
cool.
gossip.
I don't
and-
really want to hear everything. Because like, what if someone's talking behind your back? You don't really want to know.
That's a very good
I
point.
get what you mean. Like sometimes you want to know, sometimes you don't. But
Or if
like
someone's sneezing, you don't want to hear that.
it would be better, like flying. I think would be so fun.
Awesome.
It would probably look a bit weird just having massive ears and just flying around. But
Dumbo gets away with it, so...
Dumbo gets away with it, so maybe we could.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
chatting to me,
so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
I'm going to begin, guys, by asking, I mean, it's a question you've probably been asked a lot today, but welcome to the press junket scene. But what it was like working with Tim Burton on this project, because, I mean, he's a real master of filmmaking.
He's just incredible, and he has such a talent. And I think that since we got to work with him on our first film, it could be intimidating, and it was at first scary, but once you got to know him, I think a couple days, of just seeing him a lot, it became really natural, and he's a really lovely person as well, and it was
Very
just
supportive.
very helpful.
He
and
helped us a lot.
I think he was very understanding of the fact that it was our first film, and it was just really lovely that we got to work with such an incredible director for our first film.
I mean, even some of the most experienced actors in the world still have struggle with the when it comes to like doing stuff on green screen and special effects. How did you guys fare when you had to obviously communicate with Dumbo? What were you using in his place, and how did you find that kind of acting in front of something that wasn't really there?
Well, I mean, something was there. Or someone. His name was Ed. I never get his last name right.
Ed Osmond.
Ed Osmond. And no, he was in a green suit on all fours, and he was walking around. He was brilliant. He did a really good job. He was so great. But no, I wouldn't say it was too hard. Sometimes it was hard because it was very specific where we had to stroke him because of all the CGI and where Dumbo was actually going to be. But I think most of the time they made it very easy for us.
Well, Finley, I saw yesterday on the red carpet with Colin Farrell, and you two seem to be getting on really well as well. I mean, I've just interviewed him. He's such a great guy. To have him as your on-screen dad must have been a great help as well.
That was brilliant. No, Colin was also very, very supportive of us, and because it's our first film, we didn't always get everything right, and I would say not just Colin, but everyone was very understanding of that, like Nico said. But working with Colin as our dad was very fun, and we also corrected him a lot.
We gave him a lot of like marks if he's on the wrong
get
mark.
on your mark, Colin.
He was a great on-screen dad.
I'm assuming one of the other sort of challenges was the accents. How did you both fare with those?
We both just kind of, I don't know how you had an American accent.
You were a lot better than that. I remember watching the film.
We had a dialect coach called Rasheen, and but we both kind of had American accents anyway. I don't know why. I don't know.
I watched a lot of American TV.
Fine, I think I've lived in LA for a year, so probably off that. But we both just went into it with American accents, but Rasheen was always there to support us with everything.
It was always the mamas that got us.
Yeah.
Because Nico, obviously you mentioned living in LA, of course having parents in the industry. Yeah. Has this just been a natural kind of, something you've always wanted to do from a really, really young age, just the idea of getting into movie making like your parents?
Not really. I didn't really want to be an actress until Dumbo. I think 2 weeks since we started, then I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. But it had never really been anything I considered, because I'd always seen like the behind the scenes from my mum and my dad. So I'd never really thought about it, and then once I started for Dumbo, I was like, this is what I want to do. So it was kind of natural in that sense, but I wasn't something that I was like planned to do since I was really young.
And of course, I mean, it'd be natural to go and ask them for kind of techniques and sort of stuff about the industry. But I read one thing that your dad taught you a memory trick in how to remember people's names.
Yeah.
So what is that? Because I honestly forget everyone's names all the time.
So you're meant to you say, hi, my name's blah blah blah. Then you get their name. You say it in your head 3 times. Write it on your trace it on your leg 3 times, and then apparently that makes you remember it. I don't know if it works, because it's worked for me like on occasion, but I think that's just because I remember the name.
I can remember barely anyone's.
Yeah, I'm really bad at it. So
wait to get to my age.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tricks that you're meant to use, but I just that one apparently writing.
Or you just get to know them.
Or you just remember the name.
Well, I just very finally forgetting parents. I mean, what do your friends kind of make of this? I mean, I remember once I scored a penalty at school in a football tournament, and I went to school on the Monday like I owned the whole gaff, right? I just walked around like a boss. You guys are in a Hollywood movie. I mean, your friends, I mean, what's it been like kind of like speaking to your friends about this? You must be so excited about them all going to see it as well.
I mean, at first, my friends I've been friends with for a very long time, so they took the mick out of me at first. No, but they've all been very supportive. They've been like, if I'm like, oh, sorry, I can't do it because I have to go and do some ADR or something, they're very understanding. But no, they definitely tease me on a daily basis.
I don't really get teased. My friends are really supportive and really proud. I'm slightly nervous for them to watch it, because it's just, it's like letting my friend, it's like letting my friends in something that I feel like was just, it's like my experience, and then I'm sharing it with a lot of people. But my friends, I'm really nervous for them to see it. But I mean, some of them stalk me, I think, like the Google alerts are on for my name. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
the thing.
Okay, so we were typing up 500 words BBC, which was like a 500 words challenge where you had to write a story. And I was walking around, and my friend, some of my friends were just like, "Hey Finn, look," and they typed up Finley Hobbins in Google, and there was just a picture of me where I look like I'm going to church, and they're like, it was really fun. No,
We'll have to get used to that. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.